Well, howdy y'all, welcome back to the Social Regressive. I've done a full review on this UTG Over Bore Bipod, which is my favorite AR platform bipod. And actually not just the AR platform, but any of the modern bolt-action rifles that have a full rail across the top or have some rail section. As long as you have something up here, this bipod is flatly amazing. Now I'm going to do something that's going to blow your minds if you haven't seen this before. I'm actually going to loosen the connection between the rifle and the bipod. And look, it didn't fall over. If I were to loosen this little swivel right here on any other kind of bipod, like if it was a Harris, then the rifle is just gonna go plonk, it's gonna fall over. But because this has its pivot point up above the bore and above the weight, this is a self-leveling bipod. And it really works. If you go out to the range and you're on some kind of uneven ground, you don't necessarily have to level these legs out. As long as you're kind of within tolerances, the rifle is going to fall very neatly directly below that pivot, and you're going to get a good level. So all you got to do is just lock it down, and then you're good to go. But this is it's a wide stance on the bipod. It's very tall. They have a couple different models, but this one is their tall model. Plenty of room for magazines if you get the legs all the way extended. But the big problem or the big question that I had was, what about if I have multiple rifles? If I have this one bipod with its detachable, check this out, the detachable bipod, and you just have this block sitting up top, why wouldn't I just buy a whole bunch of these blocks and stick them on multiple rifles? Well, for a while, at first, when it was a new product, they didn't have that. You couldn't really get these blocks all by themselves. But now we have the QD adapter that you can get for multiple rifles. And I talked a little bit about this before. They were in early talks to see if it would make sense for them to have this as an item with an SKU, and you could actually just go out and buy it if you had to contact customer service. I think we overwhelmed their customer service when they first said that you could contact them, and so they shut that down. But now this is an SKU item, and you can buy this at the link that I'm going to provide down in the description box below. So this will take you to Optics Planet, and yeah, you can pick up some of these. They're a little bit more expensive than what I was hoping. They're about 35 bucks each right now. I would like it if that could creep down a little bit, but that's pretty darn good for being able to outfit multiple rifles with this really, really excellent bipod. If, like me, you love this bipod and you have multiple rifles that you want to outfit, then please go check those out. Get yourself a handful of them. I think you're going to be really happy. And by the way, if you have rail on the bottom side of your rifle and you don't have anything up over the bore, you can still use this. It's just not going to have that kind of self-leveling feature because you've moved your pivot down below what's probably your center of gravity. And so it's going to act more like a regular bipod, but still an excellent bipod at that. Thanks a lot, you guys. Quick video. I'll be seeing you in the next one.